Hey guys, I just had a laughgasm, so I'm freshly all laughgasm-dish. Here's my We Objective Bullshit t-shirt. I just wanted to say a couple things, I guess, in response to all this. I'm putting on some Dr. Malaxin calcium stick, volume multi-bomb, cement. Anyway, whatever, I can't read it. I haven't used this in a while. I've been using other stuff. I was using all these different things. I think the chin mask, which is a chin lifting mask for us ladies with our old necks, and mine is old, and I just don't show you how old it is because it's too embarrassing for me. But I've been using everything under the sun, including castor oil, roll-ons with allegedly rose quartz, the ball at the top, you know, and it's a roll-on, but I don't believe that it's really rose quartz. Anyways, I'm almost 64, and I'm trying desperately to keep the wrinkles and the sagging away, and it's very, very difficult, especially when you have black magicians doing black magic on you, right, Mel? Pandora. She loves to do black magic spells on me, making me look old and ugly, and they've worked. And it's all I can do to ward that off. I have to do tons and tons of face yoga and all this other stuff. This is a really good one. Look, guys. You just tighten everything. You start out and pull it all back. And it really helps. It does help. I believe in this face yoga stuff. God, you got to do something. Anyways, it's a lot of work, though. You know what I mean? So I need my boomstick. So Lionel did this whole drunken thing, and, you know, that's one thing. What really pisses me off is when he bold-faced denies things that happen to me that are real things. Like the whole shitting in the kitchen. And by the way, Mary Jane Doe, I never accused the Australians of shitting in the kitchen. I saw you make fun of me, that I was thinking how crazily that the Australians came here and shat in the kitchen. No, I always said I thought it was leany. And I still think it's leany. Or it's one of John LeCombe, or one of his people, or, you know, this name Tiffany's been rolled around, Sally's been rolled around. I don't know any of these people, and it's very disconcerting to have, trying to get some color in my face. I actually don't have any color in my face. I need more color in my face. I'm blotchy, you know. Anyways, I cannot believe how much time I've spent hiding in ever since I met Slavery Shenanigans. And she came to my Airbnb, and she really scared me. And I just ever since then have felt really nervous about managing my Airbnb. And I had to shut it down. I lost a lot of money because of Slavery Shenanigans. And by the way, Lionel likes to play Avery. And Lionel actually is a lot of these trolls. Hold on. So by the way, Lionel makes account after account after account, and I think he's the watcher. And I think he is making all those songs. And maybe he wasn't the original watcher, but I think he is. Why does he keep saying, "Oh, we have a song from the watcher"? It's like it has to be himself. He's making AI songs, calling me the demon. Oh, that's Pandora. And oh. You know, you got so sensitive because I privately asked my friends, and it got out that somehow I wondered if you were a guy, and a lot of people confirmed you were, and all these people that confirmed it to me, because I didn't know, you are claiming as friends, and you just attacked me on every possible level ruthlessly, including my family and my looks, for a long time. And I did not do that back. I could have, and I can still. But you're such a baby, and you're so oversensitive, and you cannot handle any criticism at all. You can't handle it. If you had to go through what I went through, you wouldn't be able to handle it. Because I've seen you react so strongly to one comment, and I have been bombarded, and you bombarded me, Pandora, the lovely and beautiful. Maybe we should go head to head. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time to get on panel together. And you can just go ahead and tell everybody the truth and what you're still doing, what you have been doing. And I think when Lionel really goes against me, it's, well, he's pleasing this woman, or, I don't want to do it, but I could, and I feel like you deserve it for being that notoriously wealthy brain, stupid name, and just bashing me. It really sucks. You need to taste your own medicine, Pandora. If that hurts you so deeply that you need to wage war, that's a sign of a narcissist. Yeah, now you have to kill me because, you can't be like that and survive in this world. I feel like we all have some narcissistic tendencies in our DNA because we have reptilian, Anunnaki, narcissistic essence put into us. And so that doesn't mean all of us are full-on narcissists. And I feel like I had to really face my narcissistic injury, which I think everybody has. And so I like the way Dr. Varden breaks it up. He's like, he says a narcissist can go through one experience and then go through a borderline personality disorder state, and then from there move into a different state. It's really interesting because the way he doesn't just label people as this and that. He calls them states of being. So, you could be borderline, basically means you're angry and you're ranting and raving about something. And then they'll go through that phase to then get into the sociopathic phase, and they can be really dangerous. You have to be really careful. So I never really wanted to insult Mel Pandora, and I really haven't. And a lot of people I've been called a man. I'm not, whatever. It's like, that's the least of it. To get upset about gender stuff, especially in this day and age when everybody's trans. So I know a woman who loved it when I wasn't sure who she was because she was transitioning. And there's a man that was transitioning to a woman where I also couldn't tell, was he male to female or female to male? And he was thrilled that I couldn't tell because he'd worked so hard to be the opposite. So that meant he was getting there. Isn't it weird how people are? So to get upset about being misgendered is like, in a world of where trans is really promoted and accepted, I feel, and in a dangerous way. It's not healthy. I think it's better. I think it's better to love yourself as is, if you can figure that out, instead of mutilating your body as if that's your identity. Because if you can love your body as is, I think that there's an activation of power. I think that if you can love yourself and love your body as is, even the flaws, if you can love bomb yourself And I think that activates a genetic encoding, like a self-healing mechanism, which is already there. Obviously, your body is always trying to heal. I know I have this huge forehead. I can't do anything about it. I could get bangs, but whatever. Anywho, it's my big brain. It's why I'm smart, okay, guys? That's why you should listen to me, okay? But anyway, if you can love yourself and speak kindly to yourself, and I'm not saying I do this all the time because I'm the queen of self put downs, which is terrible for me to do that at my age. I should be just in self-love mode, right? Because when you love yourself, and this is a lesson I'm teaching myself right now as I'm teaching you guys, I think it activates your another level of earth codes, healing codes, health codes, rejuvenation codes, wisdom codes, heart codes, love codes. The human body is very important. It's not just a meat suit. It's a really cool one, but it's also really, it should be honored. It's really a tough instrument to figure out because it's so manipulated and poisoned and manipulated at night. Sometimes reptilians come in literally while you're sleeping and inject reptilian DNA into you, so you become more reptilian and more likely to fight. And then the Pleiadians will come in after that and then put more Pleiadian DNA, because it's a battle between the Pleiadians and the reptilians, because the reptilians are taking over everything, and the Pleiadians are the only ones that were willing to step up and fight back. And I think the Pleiadians kind of became the Nazis, but I'm not totally sure, because they're both reptilian. One is the reptilian AI hybrid species, which is the Nazis, I think, and then the other side is the just pure reptilians, reptilian beings that use they're really intense, scary beings, very smart, very intelligent, very scary, very strong, very warlike, and they like to eat humans because we're tasty, see? And we object to bullshit. But yes, we are tasty, and our blood is sweet, and reptilians like to eat us. And there's also vampires. So there's vampires like to drink our blood, and reptilians like to eat us. And actually, because there's so many reptilians in the multiverse, I mean, this is all warning, but human blood and body parts, just like with animals, animales, do we not have our bacon? I gave up bacon, but, right, bacon, and our, burgers, right? So that's all animals. We're eating animals. So is it really that shocking that there'd be a species that wants to eat humans as snacks? I mean, imagine it, right? So it's a big market. Human organ trafficking, sex trafficking, adrenochromia, human eyeballs, the retina, the blue eyes too have a special. My eyes look dark green, don't they? God, they don't even look blue. Wow, look how different they look in the light. Isn't that weird? Yeah, they look dark green. They don't look blue-green. My daughter's eyes have gotten darker green too. I was like, why are your eyes so green? Everyone's always noticing that. She says that when she's outside, her eyes look, and she blames it on the, or she says it's because of the contacts. But sometimes I wonder, Anyways, so I have a mole that is irritated, and I need to go to the doctor. And I'm gonna get my blood work, which is my business, Sippy. I'm on it, Sippy. You do you. You do you, Sippy. See, I don't like the way Lionel lets her up there and lets her rant and rave and spew all this hatred and criticism and as insult and attack every single part of my life. He lets her do it. And I think the reason he lets her do it, I guess it's because he thinks that if he lets her just rant and rave about me, and maybe he gets off on that on some personal level, then maybe she'll be nicer to him and stop calling him a pedophile. because he's really upset about that. And he should be. And I think it's wrong what she does. I'm really upset with her for calling him a pedophile. And if you think he is one, Sippy, and you're up there spewing on his channel, what does that make you? What does that make you, Sippy? So you're full of shit, Sippy. And I hate the way he lies about me. I hate the way he gets it wrong. And just denies my reality. Like the fact that I went through this thing with the shit in the kitchen, which I didn't tell anybody for months. Okay? So I didn't make a big deal out of it like probably they were hoping I would. But the way Sippy blames me for those letters that are on my Radical Rose page, I actually think she might be writing me some of these. And then somebody thought it was Mission. And I thought, oh, right. The really mean ones. And then, there's higher level ones and lower level ones. We can go through them. Honestly, I should print them all out and make a book. Maybe that's a good idea. But Lizzo will probably go in and start deleting everything. Which you shouldn't do that, Lizzo. She's already done that. She's already gone. She says she's in my computer, and I knew she was. It's happened to me before. She's not the only one. It's actually not that hard to get into people's computers. It's really, you can just hack into people's stuff so easily. Anyway, I just wanted to say those things. I don't feel comfortable going live because then it becomes about the trolls. You know what I mean? Back in the old days, I didn't have this live stream thing. So I still got trolled, but it was different. And because they weren't coming in and doing all these Now I went back and looked at that live stream when that Always Watching came in and said he was Bob Raymond and left all those messages about how John LeCombe was all these terrible things and that his wife's name was Sally and his daughter's name was Tiffany, which are two names, and that the Sally was emailing me and the Tiffany was the one that was playing with the locks and sleeping with the cops and all this. And that's all sounded really believable because it sounds like stories I've already heard. And then I went back, but I don't know. I have to, I'm trying to research it. Maria said that it was a different John LeCombe. So, if it is, then it is. But I didn't make that stuff up out of the blue. Somebody came in and wrote it down. That's different, I really hate the way Mary Jane Doe acts like I just make up stuff about people when instead of watching that people are coming in and making up stuff. The fact that she blames me for that and just like, oh my God, please, really? See, that's how you know that they're all working together to just screw with your mind. It's really awful to be surrounded by people that just call you a liar every time you open your mouth. It's really like, what the hell is this Black Mirror Matrix where the mirror is the opposite? It's like you put out of this vibe and you get back a vibe that doesn't match it. It's like the dark version of it. You're just like, wait a minute. I just gave you a piece of love. Why are you shitting on me? Why are you hitting me with some negative insult? Like, why are you talking to me like that when I'm just here talking about, the way Lionel just has to attack me, but he's pleasing these women, Sippy and Pandora. But he doesn't want to do that. I think he would rather be part of Team Rose. But he doesn't know how to not be a monster. And I'm watching this video by Dr. Varden. It's called The Narcissist's Revenge. And it's all about how and why and the inner thoughts and feelings of a narcissist that leads up to them murdering somebody and why they do it. And it's all about how they respond to the narcissistic injury. And I understand that feeling. And I had to really overcome those feelings of that narcissistic reaction to hurt feelings. I had to really not... When you get really hurt, you can sometimes think all these really bad revenge thoughts. And some people will take action on those thoughts. So you have to be really careful. And I had to learn, I had to process all these feelings that would make you want to do something maybe violent, right? And I had to figure out how to process those feelings without getting violent. I'm not a violent person by nature, so it's not that hard, but I've had violent thoughts. And you know, that are not good. That you would not want to put, like Sippy's made me think some pretty violent stuff. And I don't want to think those thoughts because thoughts are powerful and you create. So I don't want to think so. So she thinks she's being pushed. She's pushing me. She's the one pushing me, and she pushes me to think some bad thoughts, and that's bad for the multiverse. And so it's better if she's leaving me alone and not triggering me and throwing these, so that's what's so sad about it, is that Lionel feels obligated to let this woman abuse me on his channel because part of him likes abusing me. Anyway, the video is about, why they need to abuse. And then so then the next video was the same guy doing a lecture at a college or something, and the topic was, why the narcissist must abuse you. And so I'm going to watch that. I can only take these things in small amounts. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to end at 2-2. I'm going to try to do 4 2s in a row if I can. So 30 more seconds. I got to come up with material. So anyway, it's kind of nice to just talk and then be done. I have to stop and rest. I've got this really deep exhaustion. For one thing, narcissists that are focused on you and using your energy and feeding on you, like Lionel is to a lot of, that drains you. It's draining. And also all this abusive these people are draining. And it's too bad Lionel and I can't have the good part without these abusive people coming into the chat, like Wheels and Barbara Smith, just have to come in and ruin it. Now he wants to unblock Sippy. Yay. Anyways, what are you going to do? Love you. Big kiss.